Okay, today we're going to be talking about geometry questions. Geometry questions are pretty self-explanatory and simple on the ACT. What we have to remember are that plane lines are equal to 180. All triangles that are going to have questions on here are going to be equal to 180. And what we have to do is just remember that. And anytime we see these kinds of questions, we know this is a geometry question. So in this case, the parallelogram below has consecutive angles with measures x and 25. What is the value of x? So here I would just go 180 minus 25. And I am going to get 180 minus 25 is 155. That's our answer. Okay, it's that simple. Now, on this one, now there's 4 angles and it's equal to more than 180. So in that case, if it's equal to more than 180 and we have to find another one, what we're going to do is make it equal to 360. We're going to take it and it's going to be the 360. So we're going to do 360 minus 175. 175. So we got that one and we got that one. Minus 65. And so this angle is going to be 120. Okay. Always remember, the entire ACT is going to be going from easy to hard. So those low numbers in the single digits, you know those are going to be super easy questions. So don't overthink these questions. Just remember your simple geometry rules is triangles are 180 and straight lines are 180. And it's basically a puzzle. And remember, you can always bring your calculator in. So remember your calculator when you take the test. You can use your calculator for all of the math section on the ACT. Okay. So here we're trying to find this angle. We know that 148 minus 180 is 32. So this little one is 32. And then 140 minus 180 is 40, right? So now what we're going to do is add those two up. 40 and 32 is 72 minus the 180 to find this angle, and that's 108. So it's right there. So that one is J. Okay, let's do the same thing here. Now, we know that a square, remember, a square is equal to 90. And so if we add up 90, and so we got 28 plus 90 is 118 minus the 180, because that completes the triangle. This one has to be 62, right? But what's 62 plus what is equal to 180, so it's going to be the 118. Does that make sense? First of all, what we did was we found the missing piece for the triangle. And then, of course, that's the line. So obviously, this opposite one is the same as the 28 plus the 90, if that makes sense. Or you can go 180 minus the 62, because a straight line minus the 62 is going to give you 118, and that's your answer. Okay. Let's go over to this one. So far we're still under 20. We're in the first 20 questions. So what I want you to do is seek these questions out, because these are going to be the easy questions to answer on the ACT. Okay. So we're looking for this one right here. Okay. So we know that this was 25. So guess what? This would have to be 25. Okay. So what is 25? 25 plus the 90, remember that square is equal to 90. That's 115. And so 115 minus the 180 is 65. And to get that line, remember the line is 180 minus the 65, you're going to get the 120. The 115. You're going to get the 115. Okay, because 90 plus 25 plus 65 is 180, and then 180 minus 65 is the 115. Okay, going down, same thing for the next one. We know this is 132, right? If we know this is 132, we know minus the 132, and they'll give you 48. So you got 48 clear. You got 48 plus the 90 is the 138 minus the 180, and you get the 42. So what I did was I just did the big triangle, and that would be the 42. And it would be the B answer. Okay. Now these down here, these two right here are proportions. And basically, how do you get from 6 to 12? What do you have to times it by to get from 6 to 12? You would have to times that by 2. So 6 times 2 is 12. So what we got to do is times by 2 here, times by 2 here. What the question is asking is, what is the length between A and C? So A and C, we got to figure out what this is, and this is. So what's 5 times 2? 10. And what's 4 times 2? 8. So we just have to add up 12 plus 10 is 22, plus 8 is 30. Just add those up, and that's what the length of A and C in feet is. Okay, so that one would be D. Now this one, you got A and C as 8, and basically with this one, I just did my finger, or actually I did a little piece of paper. If you go, and basically it's half, so a good estimate for this one would be 4. That's all I did for that one.